We'll see. We will see.
Yeah.
So, guys, Little Nightmares 2 is out. It came out on the 11th. Were you able to play it, Kai, on the 10th?
Oh yeah, I played for like 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it wouldn't let me play on the 10th. I had to wait on the 11th, even though I pre-ordered it and pre-downloaded it and everything.
Why did you if you had to what I had to do is that I had to close Steam and then open it again and then it was available to download.
Yeah.
Is that a common problem?
I don't know. I feel like it didn't happen to me with Cyberpunk.
Well.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
One thing
that's the one thing it does right. Like the one thing it does right.
Yeah. Ironically.
Well, you know what? That's really cool. I did just start playing. And I already am really into this game. I like Mono. He's cool. And I didn't even know that we just started out with 6 immediately. I don't think I even noticed until I noticed her hair while we were going through a tunnel. And I was like, oh my God, that's fucking sick.
Oh, you didn't know the kid we were with was 6 until later? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that either.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna meet 6 later as like a big reveal. You know how they like to do reveals when you're waiting on a character. But yeah, no, we see her right from the beginning. And I feel like, so what do you think this school ship is? Because we're on another ship, but it's just a school instead of a restaurant.
No, we're not on the ship.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're
outside.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. We're on an island. My fault.
Yeah.
Well, is it an island? I mean, I guess it could be.
Well, you know, it's a beach side. It's a city. It's a place. It's a spot.
Yeah, it's definitely a city.
It's a joint. But yeah, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, what do you think the school is about? Because the students
Oh no, you're breaking up.
Oh no.
The students would be Am I still breaking up?
Okay, you sound normal now, but I did just come to the realization that like it can't be a first impression for me because I've already played it.
Played what?
The school level.
Oh, but the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole school level.
Oh well, it's fine. So you know what it is.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, we can definitely keep going because like I don't know what's going on anymore, so it's fine.
Gaia.
We'll get you through it. Just hang in there. We'll get you through this.
Is this the actual episode?
Oh, you guys are both breaking out. Breaking up?
No.
We're gonna full circle.
That's so weird. Who's Wi-Fi?
Why y'all are not breaking it for me?
Yeah, like both of you guys, at least for me. But Kaya, I don't know if it's just you, but Kamaria is definitely, her video is like freezing.
Yeah, your video's freezing. Was freezing.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Doing it again.
Yeah.
She needs Wi-Fi.
Oh no. Maybe it's because it's from the phone.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you probably need to get off camera.
Finally.
Yeah, try doing it off the camera.
Yeah,
it could be the camera.
Data.
Yeah.
The phone doesn't like that.
What about now?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we can hear you at least.
And that's all that matters.
Yay.
All right. Well, where are you now? Like, what level are you at now?
Oh, you meant in the game. I thought you meant in real life, and I was just like, But
okay.
In the game, I actually just finished the school section, and now we're probably, if I have to guess, probably approaching the hospital.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't really Hunter and the teacher.
Right. So there's a level where there's a hunter, then a teacher, and I didn't really know where we were going until now. You just said the hospital, which I think is honestly gonna be just really cool to just see a town. And I feel like that's what I really like about this game. It kind of it was a little bit claustrophobic, and of course it was supposed to be that way, but it was just a little bit claustrophobic to be in a ship, trying to find your way out of this ship, not having any real fresh air, smelly, stinky cruise ship. And now we're kind of in a bigger environment, and there's just more lore I feel to kind of explore. So maybe first we should kind of talk about Little Nightmares lore that everyone kind of knows so far from the first game. If you want to take that away, Kaya.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I haven't read the comics, but the first Little Nightmares
I saw
game
those.
takes place on a ship called the Maw. It's like you said, a weird cruise ship slash island type thing where rich people, at least it seems, go specifically to eat human flesh there. I mean, that definitely seems like the goal of the dining room, and that's like it. And we're assuming the dining room is the main feature of this island place. Like
Yeah.
that's what's the island purpose it serves. But yeah, so yeah, that's already pretty weird. And you're 6. You wake up in a suitcase. You don't have any shoes on, and you gotta make it in this
Shoes.
world. Yeah.
That's the biggest. I think that's the biggest piece of information, that we are barefoot the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And that really fucking sucks. I I also You were also telling us to look out in the DLC, at least you were telling us to look out for TVs, and TVs are everywhere in this game. It's the first thing you see. Technically it's very much so the first thing you see, because it seems like Mono has this power or ability to go into TVs to try to fight what's controlling everybody from media.
Yeah, yeah, seems to be the tall guy. And interestingly enough, and towards the end of the DLC from Little Nightmares, there was this at the very during the mid credits there was a little scene with like a TV, and I think it like flickers on and you can see like the briefly you can see the tall man's silhouette there.
Mm.
And I was just like, oh wow, I didn't even know that they had this planned, even like, after before the sequel. So because at first when I originally played it, I was just like, oh, I don't really understand this at all. But now with context, it's more understandable.
Yeah. I um I actually don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. I'm very scattered brained right now.
That's okay.
Don't worry, yeah.
We can talk about some of the new characters we've seen. It's really interesting that they're opening up their environment and, bringing in a new cast of, I guess, villains, if you'd say, just these weird entities that roam around. So, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I did want to talk about the kids, the dolls, right? They're China dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I kind of wanted to at least put out there. We could talk about it if you already know, Kai, but I will just put out there for that, because I'm in the midst of the school right now. I think I just got to a stairway. I don't know. I just changed Mano's fit because he has different fits, different hats, and I was really kind of obsessed with that for a bit. So I kind of fucked around with that for a little. But yeah, I think I'm kind of in the midst of the school section. But I just don't understand why this teacher would want to mind control China dolls, but then pretend and role play like she's teaching them shit.
I mean, maybe their look is supposed to be more symbolic. I kind of just thought of it as them being like a hollow, impressionable youth. Like, and
Mm,
especially with her weird stretchy neck thing, she's able to, I guess, reach, well, really literally reach any weight, I guess, reach them, reach any possible opposition, as in you. So she's just kind of
Mm,
totally in control of these like hollow, animalistic little, beings, which are supposed to be children.
Mm. Yeah, I was
yeah.
reading
Yeah,
something the
just
other
my
day,
take.
and the porcelain dolls are called the bullies too, which I think is kind of interesting.
Oh, that's cool. It's a good
Hmm.
connection. They're like just really violent
Mm-hmm.
towards you.
Do you know why the dunce guy was up where he was?
I guess
Mm.
to be separate from the other children who I guess are less dunce like.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like it even mimics the gnomes, like how that's what I was at least thinking when I watched the trailer before I even played the game, that that whole dunce thing is supposed to kind of mimic the gnomes, and how we even learned that the woman who owns the restaurant turned them into gnomes. So I felt like that was also a really interesting um reflect or parallel, I suppose. But I guess it's just like, if she can like have full control over them, why would there be one that's like um disobeying her? But
Mm.
I think I think it's right. It's supposed to be symbolic of like, this typical
Oh,
school setting in order to symbolize mind control, because it's very obvious at this point, going into the game, it's very obvious that it's all mind control, but it's like
Mhm.
mind control for what, so it's going to be real
yeah.
interesting to see
Mhm.
that.
Oh yeah. Also something really interesting that Kaya brought up during her stream, the TV. Like if you hear the kids, so the TV in the first game plays that like specific tune. I don't know if you got to this, Rhea, but like when the kids are like playing in that hallway, they're like humming the tune, and I thought that was a pretty cool connection, but also another reach of that mind control. What is this? That
This meeting has
another
been
reach of that mind
uprated.
control
Ah,
symbolization.
Wait, what?
oh,
Did you hear
okay,
me?
never mind. I think we're fine.
Were you guys
Okay.
able to hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I didn't get to, well, I don't know. I don't think I got to that point yet, but I
Mm.
did want to keep in mind that the janitor was transfixed by the TV and by that song specifically.
Mm.
That like bam, 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 that song.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
and I feel like even that, like that tone was gonna be like the specific mind tone, you know what I mean? Or the mind
Mm-hmm.
control formula, I suppose. But these are all just kind of hypothesis and educated guesses at this point. I can't believe it's really going to take 2 hours for you to render this one itty bitty part. I'm about to just exit it out, whatever. But yeah, I think it's just maybe well, I guess my thing is just, what is all of this for? What is the ultimate goal of this? And what does it have to do with a restaurant where a bunch of rich people can be cannibals?
Yeah, and we gotta keep in mind that the teacher's picture is in a few places throughout the
DLC.
mall.
Oh
Yeah, the
yeah.
DLC in
Yeah.
particular. So
Um,
yeah, we also just have to ask what's her specific connection to the mall. I mean, I guess she must have been there at some point.
mm,
Right. It does seem like they're all a staff to a certain corporation. Like, think of it like Disney, right? If if the mall was like the resort, the cruise ship, is there is there an island where you can go and it's also just all the same people, the same staff, I guess?
Sorry, what do you
perhaps.
mean?
Well, yeah, that was kind of bad. I guess, I mean, like she was a part of the mod, but then she got transferred to this school, I suppose, is a better way to put it.
Ah, okay. That's a good question. I'm not sure. And also, I was always just wondering, like, where was she getting all these brains from? the teacher that is. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of adult brains left in the world. Like, because like those weren't kid brains, so definitely adult brains.
Right. Mm.
Mm.
I also don't think I got to that part you just mentioned, but yeah, I um yeah, I also noticed that there's no adults anymore, or rather, the only adults that we see are like the monsters that aren't real humans. And except for the hunter, but he had a bag over his head.
Yeah,
It
so who
just
really knows?
And if you notice, when you look at his arm, you can kind of see that it looks like there's stuffing in it. Like he looks a
Oh
little stitched
wow.
together. So like honestly, I'm not entirely sure if even he is like real.
You know what that could even be though? He could probably be trying to, because I noticed that he was making stuffed dolls of, all of his family members, I guess.
Oh
And
yeah,
so,
totally. God, shit. That fuck that movie. Shit. It's very reminiscent of a movie. It's basically the whole entire plot of like a movie, and I'm totally blanking of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Texas. Not Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's something like that,
I didn't even
House
make
of
the
Wax.
connection.
or like basically very Ed Gein-esque. If you've heard of Ed Gein, who wearing human skin, making several human skin type furniture, stuffing a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's very reminiscent to that.
I feel you. Yeah. I was also thinking that maybe because he's perfecting it, or rather like the teacher has it perfected, so he's giving his shot at it because of his family members.
Mm.
But I wouldn't know because it's stuffing, but the grandma, when you have to get the crank out of that hand, that's like the dolls that you've been breaking in the school, right? So it's interesting how, because I could even tell the family is made out of stuffing, just the way that they were patched up and stuff. It looked like they were made out of stuffing, but the grandma was made out of porcelain or porcelain like stuff, right? So I just feel like that mix is also really interesting to take note of and acknowledge. um what y'all think of Mono? Is he cute or what?
Yep, he's pretty cute.
He's a
Yeah, I like his
cutie.
outfit.
Yes, he has a fucking swag for days. I love his trench coat. And I love the
Yeah, go
fact that
Fashion King.
huh?
I was like, yeah, go Fashion King. All these multiple hats.
I
Oh yeah,
know. I just like, and I
really
also
cool
like the fact,
customization.
I know, like the customization is actually really cute. And I really like now that we can attack enemies. Like we blew that nigga's
Oh
fucking
yeah, that was so surprising. That was really surprising. Like you blew him away. You broke the door.
I know, and I was excited. I loved it.
Mm,
Every moment of them. The teamwork is just so on point. And I do
mm,
love that. Did I already say that? Like, I love that you can hold hands with Six
mhm.
and drag her along anywhere. That's really cute too. And I also like that you can call out for her as well. That's really cool too.
Yeah,
Mm.
so cute.
Yeah. What do you think? Okay, so something I was thinking is that it kind of seemed like Mono was on, and I mentioned this in my playthrough, but it seems like Mono was on a mission. You know what I mean? Like he already knew that Six was there. He didn't just happen to land on her.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does
Don't
seem like
know.
huh?
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of something different. You can go.
Oh, I was just thinking like I don't know, yeah, it does seem like he wouldn't have just gone there for just anything. So maybe he did just was actively looking for Six, but how they know each other and how Six even got there is still definitely a mystery to us. Like I'm
Mm.
still curious about like how she got there, if she still has her powers, if this really is a sequel, or if this is a prequel. Like I don't
I
know.
gotta be honest with you, this is really giving me prequel vibes. It
Yeah.
it just it like even the way that Six looks and appears, it just
Yeah.
very much seems like a prequel, which kind of disappoints me, but it will be nice to learn a lot more about the lore and a lot more about the environment that we're in. So I guess and like the game is amazing, right? Like it's a really good game. The puzzles are really good too. So I'm not completely disappointed by the fact that it's a prequel, but it just seems that way to me now. I did also want to say that she is not the only person whose pictures we see in the mod on the DLC and in this new game. We also see another person. And I only noticed this because, and I didn't say it in the DLC because it didn't really matter, but I noticed that there was a guy who looked like that guy who plays Ron's rat in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
There's a portrait of that man in the mod and in the mod and in the school, and the way that they frame it in the school makes it seem like he's pretty important when you're trying to do that puzzle where her eye is missing in the picture and it shows a light. His picture is kind of right by the door where you have to go and get the ball. So you're literally forced to look at him front and center for a while. So it seems like to me we might meet him as well.
Maybe. That is a good question. I mean, that's not a question. That is a good observation as well. There you go.
Yeah, no, I was wondering if you, I mean, again, I really didn't notice him in the DLC. I kind of just made a note of it in my head because he looked like that. He looked like Ron's rat. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting that he kind of looks like this actor who plays Ron's rat. And he's in other stuff too. I just really don't know his name. But I think he's in most of those Helen Bottom Carter, Lemony Snicket, Johnny Depp type stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like when I saw that it was only, I think it's only his picture and her picture that we see reoccurring, if I remember correctly. So I thought that was very interesting. Maybe we'll see him at the hospital.
Well,
maybe
I mean,
not.
in all fairness, a lot of these paintings are like reoccurring. Like I've noticed like quite a few be reused, but yeah, like hers was like the main one that became actually important. And I feel like I've seen one painting that kind of looks like the doctor, but I have to get a good look at the doctor first to really confirm that.
Okay. I was just wondering because just from what I remember, and I could be wrong, but from what I remember when playing, those were the only two pictures we saw in that scene, in that part. So, or like they're not the only two pictures, but they're the only two visible pictures, I should say, where it's like the puzzle involves the picture of the teacher, and then when you're going to get the ball, you're forced to look at his picture, which is also like not it's not framed, you know, or it's not framed, it's not hung up. It looks like somebody like pushed it down and stuff, or it dropped out of its nail. So I also thought that was pretty interesting. But again, I really won't know until we finish the game. So
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to like go back and kind of take a crack at, I guess, understanding the cannibalism in the first game.
yeah, we might as
I
well
mean,
talk about
oh yeah, I mean it's gonna be short. Like I just wanted to like bring up that, you know, it all ties back to the control. So, and I guess it really connects to the second game as well. Like so the physical body, the soma, which all has our primal instincts. So I mean when you look at, I guess, the really like, how do you say sinny, or sinny's not a word, but like how sinful is a better word, like primal, they're sinful, like their pride, their envy, their gluttony. And maybe it's just really like the gluttony and wrath part that you see, you know, throughout the game, throughout the people there. So I guess kind of like consuming the flesh, consuming the soma is like the ultimate form of control that can be extinct. Like, you know, it's the ultimate control over a person that you can possibly do. Like you are eating them into nothingness. You're eating their mind and body. But yeah.
Oh, wow. That
Second
is
game,
actually
back to the mind, you know,
Yeah,
the empty-handed kids, the teacher. It's another way of control.
But even remember, we had to eat the woman in the
Oh
mod
yeah.
in order to gain control. So that's
Right.
really
That's
interesting that you brought that up because
yeah.
that's how Six even gets her powers. She bit into her neck, which was fucking gross. Her neck was gross too. Just not in the same way as this teacher's. But
Oh god, no. Her neck
but
was a million times better than the teacher's.
yeah,
It made a noise. I hated listening to the noise of it stretching. That destroyed me.
that took
Yeah.
me out.
Yeah.
This teacher takes me out every time. I feel like I can't even laugh at. I mean, yeah, I feel like I can't even get scared at some of this stuff because it's just so like the family.
It's
The
like an
family looked
internal
like
cringe.
they looked like fucking private parts, man. Like what is happening?
Oh.
The family,
What was
really?
happening? Yes, they looked like whole. It was just so weird. And then this woman's neck, it's like, how do I take this hentai monster seriously right now? Like, but no, I will say her face is the creepiest thing. Like the fact that she never blinks. Just
Yeah.
has
It's just like this weird glassy look. Like she has fish
mm-hmm,
eyes, literal fish eyes, and this weird ass stretchy neck.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she has these weird jerking motions too whenever she moves. Like it's almost
Yeah,
like she's on autopilot in a weird way.
Mm.
almost. I feel like that's the thing. Like she's in her own little delusional world where she's just like, I really am a teacher. Like I really am
Ah,
teaching these kids. Because the way that she interacts with the kids, it just seems like she's doing it. But once she realizes that Mono's in the room, it's like, oh shit, I really have to like interact with my reality right now, if that
Oh
makes
yeah.
sense. Like she almost snaps out of it in a way.
Mm.
At
mhm.
least that's how it appears to me. I could be bullshitting, but I definitely see that. At least when it came to the chalk, when she's writing on the chalkboard and turning around and flipping and stuff, or even no, even when she is like banging on the desks and trying to look into the doll's face to see if they're working and stuff, like stuff that a teacher would do. I've
That is
seen
so
this type.
creepy. If I had a teacher who really came up to me in my space and just looked me in the eye like that, like
You've never been to Catholic school.
I'm
Like
glad. I am so glad.
this is definitely Catholic school vibes, like banging on the desk when you think your students aren't
Mm.
paying attention, looking them like in the eye to make sure they're not cheating. Like to me, it definitely felt like the certain part that we're going across to find the key, that was like a study section. And then
Mm.
when we have to sneak back out, it was like a test. Like everyone was doing a test because she's
Mm.
walking around making sure people don't cheat and shit.
Mm.
But again,
Yeah, it's
like I feel like
totally.
it's yeah, but I feel like it's all just role play for her still. Like
Mm. It's
Yeah,
totally a Catholic boarding school. Like you
vibe.
can definitely tell the
definitely.
kids are like captive there. Like they're definitely not leaving.
Yeah, no. And yeah, I also, yeah, I guess I do definitely wish that I had at least finished the school section, but it was getting late. I didn't even start playing until 1 a.m. So
Oh wow.
it was getting pretty late and I definitely needed to crash. But no, I'm enjoying this game so far. Kaya, without spoiling it for me, what are some predictions you think the end of the game will have?
I don't know. Well, the tall guy is definitely probably going to be the last boss, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other than that, I'm not sure. I don't know if they're going to stick to like the previous game, where it's going to be two more levels, and then it's going to be the tall guy, or if it's going to be more than 5 levels. So it's going to be hard to tell. So I have no idea if I'm like midway through or not. Once you reach the school, but yeah, I definitely do feel like the tall guy is our primary uh threat.
Final
What
boss.
Yeah, our
Mhm.
boss. However, how we're going to like defeat him, I'm not sure just yet. Nor am I sure like what this will mean for Mono. Is he gonna have like a six moment where he does something a little out there and then gets powers, or I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. or does he die and then Six lives and wakes up on the mall starting the first game? Assuming this is a prequel, not a sequel, because I don't know. I mean, Six does seem to know that the mall exists in this game because like she had it drawn on her cell. So it's honestly a little hard to tell, what's going on, honestly.
Yeah, it is a little hard now that you said that, because I didn't notice that, but that fucked my entire theory up. But because it's like at that point, it could really be, it just feels like a prequel so much, but I could easily see the plot twist being that it's a sequel and she was just pretending to be weak. I definitely feel like no matter what, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I don't know anything, but I feel like no matter what, this is going to end with Mono dying, and it's going to end with Six eating Mono. I feel like that's definitely what's going to happen. And it's like, if it's a prequel, that's maybe her first real taste of flesh, and that's why she was like very unbothered eating all of those other people she ate in the first game. Or it's just, or if it's a sequel, it's just another nigga she got to eat to really sustain her energy, and she was just pretending for some reason. But I don't really see the latter one being true. I feel like, but I do just feel like by the end of it, she's gonna eat him for sure.
I guess we'll
That
see.
that's my opinion.
Hope he doesn't get ate.
I hope not too. I hope he doesn't get eaten.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope not either. I hope we can hold hands and walk up a version of the stairs like we did last time, and it's all la 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 la, and we're alive and everything. I hope it's that way too. But I'm just telling you, like, I feel like they're definitely gonna put some type of weird twist onto it where it's like, surprise, she actually still has her powers, and she's gonna kill Mono now.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I was getting a sort of like, oh, okay, you got hands. By when like Six killed one of the bullies, without like one of the weapons that Mono uses. Like she just straight up killed it with her bare hands, which granted wouldn't be too hard because they're literally made out of porcelain, which I think is kind of funny for like bullies to be made out of something literally so fragile. But
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
yeah, but she killed one of them with her bare hands and stuff, and I was just like, and like they set up the situation where there's a pipe like right there, and I'm in the middle of grabbing it, but then she just like outright kills it. So I'm just like, before I could kill it. So I feel like they were like they wanted to bring our attention to it, they wanted you to assume that you were going to kill it and then be surprised when she was the one who did it. That's what I feel like it's set up as.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just saying there wasn't any ominous music, indication like do, but
Right.
a game like this. But yeah, so I wasn't sure if I was supposed to pay attention, make note of that, or think it's exceptional or not. But I did.
Okay.
You know what?
It's like a cue.
Sorry?
Oh, I said, yeah, it definitely sounds like it was a cue.
Yeah. It's like, if you suspect that, or it's probably correct, And also, I think it's also correct because just playing where I've played up to now, I've noticed that Six is way more aggressive than I am. And not in an AI way, but more so in a like, I just need to get out of here, and I don't care if you're behind me or not type way. Like even if she's following behind me, if she is aware that she has to cross a certain path before I, the player, am, she just runs right past me. And also, even like, again, like not with that particular interaction with the bullies, but when she gets kidnapped, she does not go down without a fight, like she was kicking, squirming, doing all types of stuff while I was in that locker. So yeah, like I feel like she is a very aggressive, like she's in survival mode. I said, like she is very aggressive and like trying to find some type of sanctuary, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, which granted you can't really blame her. Like, makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I would
Mhm.
be in survival mode too if I had to live my life without shoes.
I know my girl still does not have shoes. How is
Neither does
that?
Mono.
Wait, Mono doesn't have shoes either?
No, I don't think so. He's pretty barefoot too.
See, I thought the little shadows on his feet were shoes. Turn out it's just dirt. It's just
Oh
dirt.
no.
Well, maybe I gotta take like a look at his feet again.
I
But
have
I
to
feel
too
like he
because
was
I was
barefoot.
wondering, and he tripped, which was the only reason I got a good look at his foot, even right there. I tried to make him trip again, but I could only see shadows.
Hang on, let me see. Mono, little nightmares. Yeah, no, he's definitely barefoot.
God damn it.
Yeah,
I want y'all have shoes all over this goddamn game, and you can't put them on my homie's feet. Like, oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, there's literally a whole lake full of shoes and they can't get shoes.
I know. And there's even shoes in this game too. Like, I don't know why they won't give these poor children shoes.
he's
Maybe
more interested
maybe
in
that's
that.
actually a huge plot twist too. All right. Well, wait, how long have we been recording?
Uh,
For an
well, it's
hour.
11
We
now,
have
so
like
it's about an
about
hour.
10 minutes. A little under.
10
We started
minutes.
at like 10 around that. So almost an hour.
About to say,
Yeah.
like, what do you mean it's only been 10 minutes?
We
Well,
started later.
I was thinking if we do another 20 minutes, we should be good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any other final thoughts except to like complain and rant about petty things at this point now. Like, I have to actively avoid everything on YouTube in order not to like spoil this game for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mom is playing this game right now, but I love that. You know, I just love the community joining together under this crazy kooky ass game. But yeah, I feel like there's really nothing else to say. I think next week we're doing like a Valentine's Day type thing,
Yeah.
and I was actually thinking the week after that I will definitely be done the game by then, as will you guys, I'm sure. So then we can really like dive deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be really cool because it definitely feels like the end of the schoolyard is the midway point of the game.
Yes, I agree. And I don't know, you did say it was going to be longer, but it feels like it's still the same. I don't know. They're doing a really good in this game, I personally feel, where it's like even though there's different scenarios and different settings, like what's the hunter related to the teacher and blah 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 and so on and so forth. It still seems like it paces you and gives you little clues and hints where it's like, oh, this is where you were in the last game, so base that on this game because you saw this little thing right here. That at least that's what I get when I play the game, because there's a lot of parallels from the last game. Even when Mono and Six finally are reunited and they go into, I think it's the town, there's like a parallel of, you know, when we wake up at 6 in the mod, there's a tall hanging man, right, with a noose and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So instead of that, there's like a suit, like it mimics his long legs, and in the suit as the noose is a broken television.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. I think I know what you're talking about too. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very interesting. Yeah, it's
I
weird.
really, yeah. I just feel like, you know, I am the type of person. It's like BoJack Horseman, you know what I mean? Like, if you watch, it's something where if you're really looking for it, you're gonna find it, and it brings a whole new meaning to the scene. I love when people know their audience enough to do little things like that, where it's like, oh, you know, like a wink, wink, nod, nod, almost.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to have that parallel.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, any other final thoughts from you? Oh wait, Kara,
Yeah.
I didn't even ask y'all what y'all think is gonna happen at the end of the game.
Hmm. I don't know. to be honest, don't really like thinking too much, especially when I just start a game. I don't like thinking too much about the ending because I feel like it almost spoils it for myself because I set up this expectation. So I guess maybe not until maybe halfway or a little bit over halfway, I would come up with theories towards the end. Right now, I just kind of want to live in it and experience it as I go.
Okay.
That's definitely fair. That's definitely fair, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel you go, Kaya, and then I'll
Oh.
say what I was gonna say.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I feel like it's going to end with some sort of altercation between Mono and the Thin Man, and maybe he'll get his powers too, or at the very least, we'll find out why their powers seem to both be connected through televisions. So, I just think that's going to happen at the very least.
Yeah. I was gonna say I love overthinking everything. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. But yeah, I love overthinking, or not overthinking. In terms of games, I guess I just like really guessing. Like y'all have watched movies with me before. I love guessing the ends. And I just love being proven right when I am right, but I also love being proved wrong. Like if it goes beyond my expectations, I love that shit too. So I'm very much so ready to eat my words on what I think will happen in the end once I finish the game. I feel like it is at this point just a grasp at an educational guess of like what will happen at the end. But yeah. Any other final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Nope. Can't wait to play more though.
All right. I have one very important question for you guys.
Okay.
Fuck, marry, kill. The teacher, the chefs, the janitor.
This is the worst thing.
The two brothers are together. They're a pair together. You have to either fuck them both, kill them both, or marry them both.
They seem pretty unhygienic, so I guess kill them. I don't know. Fuck the teacher and marry the long armed guy though. I don't know.
That's your no shame, no shame, no shame. My answer's trash too. The answer. What about you, Kara?
This is the worst version of this question. Okay, like Kaya, I would definitely kill the chef. I would double kill them. I wouldn't even go near them. I don't even want to think about it. They're dead. And between the teacher and the long arm guy, I mean, the teacher would be like extra nosy, but the long arm guy, long arms, long harms. So
I hate that.
I guess marry the long arm guy, and it's just I guess fuck the teacher. Like this is I'd rather have nothing to do with them, but I guess this is like the best outcome.
That is the best outcome. I was gonna kid and say that I would let those chefs run a train on me because I'm fucking crazy. But no, I forgot that they cough and they cough on the food and they are kind of foul.
They share a toilet. You can't live
they don't share a toilet. They have two toilets that are smushed together.
It's basically one and they use it at the same time. So you have to deal with that. You'd probably have your third toilet linked up with theirs. So what happens? I don't even know.
I didn't say I was gonna marry them. I didn't want to deal with because I remembered that. I was like, I wouldn't want to marry them, but also no shade to myself. I've dated dirtier men. I've dated dirtier men than the chefs. So maybe I should fuck the chefs. I just hate that teacher so much, man. She could not get anywhere near me with her neck, her anything. I don't want that around me. I gotta kill her. I gotta behead that teacher, man.
What,
And
you
I
don't
don't.
want neck bondage?
I get enough bondage from my janitor, man. Thank you. Marrying the janitor for long, long nights of long, long arm.
Long harm.
Long arm. The longer the arm, the longer the harm. Amen. Hallelujah. All right. Well, this was really interesting. I feel like talking about Little Nightmares is really fun with you guys, especially since Kai, you were the one who introduced me to it. And
okay. I forgot about this. I did want to talk about our introductions to the game.
oh yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, you were already starting, so yeah. I just want to hear what everyone's introduction to the game.
Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, like Kai told me about it, and then I heard about it from some other people too around high school time. And I did kind of avoid it like the plague, because I wasn't really into puzzles back then. I was definitely a shoot first, ask questions later. I think at that point I was trying to validate myself to the gamer boys by playing Call of Duty. So that was really where I was at in terms of mentality. But then I played it very, very recently. I think I played it for the channel, duh. But so yeah, I played it like a few weeks ago and I fucking loved it. I fell in love with it. And yeah, here I am.
Okay. How about you, Kaya?
It's hard to say exactly where I first saw this. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it was probably around E3, and then Little Nightmares 2 trailer came out on YouTube, and I might have just like been randomly scrolling, and because I have an interest in games like Inside and Limbo, that it kind of just like the algorithm kind of just automatically recommended the trailer to this to Little Nightmares the game back when it first came out.
Okay.
So then that's when I played it around that time when it came out.
Okay. My first impression of it was through like YouTube streaming. So I watch a guy called Jay from the Cub Scouts, who does like mostly a Yandere simulator at the time. And he started playing like actual other games besides that. And it was just really cool and interesting, and especially seeing him freak out to it. But yeah, it's like the character concept and I guess the storyline is what really kept me going with it. And later on, Kaya just like, hey, let's play this game. And I'm like, oh, hey, it's that one. And, we just continued.
And we just continued.
And
all
now
right.
we
All right, guys. Well, if that's all y'all got to say. Oh, wait. Maybe we should end the podcast with like one good thing that happened with our day. So it just ends on a light note, no matter what, or a happy note, no matter what we're talking about. So one good thing that happened to me today is the Heaven's Gate documentary came out on HBO, and so did Judas and the Black Messiah. So I was watching that while stressing out over exporting, and that made my day a lot better.
Okay. Interesting. I guess mine is just really simple. We had pizza for dinner. I spent like most of my day drawing, and I still need to finish like drawing a thumbnail. But yeah, pizza for dinner. It was nice. I had Hawaiian. It's my favorite.
Okay, well that's nice. Anyway, Kai.
Yeah.
Go next.
Oh, Hawaiian hater we have here.
Yeah.
I don't hate Hawaii.
Hawaiian pizza hater.
There's nothing wrong with pineapple on pizza, specifically.
Yeah, it's so good.
Hawaiian pizza.
All right. Well, if that's the good thing, that's about your day too, Kaya. That's fine.
Oh,
wait, you also had Hawaiian pizza too?
No, I did have pizza actually, but no. What was a good thing that happened today? Something good did happen. Can I skip? No, wait, hang on. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just here. I'm like having fun, doing my thing. I got paid today. Yeah, that's a good thing. That was a
Ooh,
good
that is a good thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
way to
Aw.
go.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the podcast and at least got a little bit of serotonin out of it or something. Uh, do you guys want to put your handles?
Okay. I'm Marbled Water on Instagram and Twitter. I do thumbnails and icons, portraits. Yeah.
cool, cool. And I'm Kai, Burning Star 141 on Twitter and uh Twitch and Instagram. I'm probably Burning Star Official. And yeah, I play all kinds of games, including at the moment of recording Little Nightmares too. So if you want to catch up on what's going on with the game, feel free to do so there.
Awesome. And their links along with mine will all be in the description. We're all currently playing Little Nightmares too, so just keep your eye out for that. And have a good night or day wherever y'all are at. Bye.
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 Yay, we did it.
Yeah, that was really
Woo!
good. Really nice episode.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was nice too. Y'all were saying really good shit.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm good, glad, because like, oh man, I did not know if I was saying anything at all.
No, you sounded good, especially in your state.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad I
We
can still form an intelligent thought for this.
yeah, if anything, being high kind of makes you think deeper into certain things. It's just harder to articulate it. You're
Mm,
just like, what? Or at least I am. I'm like, what?
mm.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
stop recording? It says it's still recording.
Yeah, no, it's still recording. I
Okay.
guess I can stop it. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just
And oh yeah, can you take out my part in the beginning? I don't want people to be able to identify where I work or where I will have worked.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.